Hey, beautiful people. Wait a minute. Let me make sure my laptop's charging. I hope that you guys had a great day. It is 12:43 here on the West Coast, and I just wanted to talk to y'all before I went to bed. And there's a few things I was thinking about. Number one, thank you guys that helped me celebrate my 2-year sobriety birthday. It was May 21st. So now I am technically on 2 years in one day. For me, every day counts, right? And that's a really big accomplishment. There has been a lot of things that have happened, that has transpired during this journey. And I wanted to share some stuff with you. I did have a stream set up, and I was going to do a stream. What's good, 504 girl? It's hot in my house. I wanted my air conditioner. Oh, let me stay focused. What's good, Ashon? How you doing? Did I say your name right? Yo, what's up, 504 girls? Good to see you guys. So let me try to waste some time for a little bit. So I want to make sure that this message is pretty clear. Number one, I did celebrate my 2-year sobriety birthday. That means a lot to me. There's been a lot of growth. There's been a lot. And I almost got caught up in nonsense. I almost went backwards, you guys. And we can't do that. So I was going to do a stream tonight on trauma bonding. And the reason I was going to do a stream on trauma bonding, but I'm not going to do it tonight, I might make an upload about it, because sometimes I might do an upload about it. But I think it's important. And what I'm going to start doing is I can't waste time on other people's nonsense, other people's anger towards me, all of this stuff, because I really understand what it is. And when people are saying that I'm a bad friend, I'm a bad this, I'm a bad that, there's this thing with social media, and you see the same thing again and again. There's a lot of trauma bonding. You see a lot of love bombing, a lot of people asking for loyalty and all of that stuff. And there's really reasons why they do that. So I'm not going to do that stream tonight, mostly because it's late. And I want to make sure I get this message really clear. When I was in the thick of my addiction, I didn't understand why things kept happening to me. And why was it the same thing again and again? Only to whenever I needed to express, thank you, Asham, whenever I needed to express myself, my feelings were constantly invalidated and put to the side. Didn't matter how many times I was there for somebody else, and I never really understood the cycle. I didn't understand that when people came into my life and wanted and just, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, right? And they do that love bombing thing. I didn't really understand that this was going to be a cycle. All right. We're not going to get into it. But it all has to do with this trauma bonding, these relationships and all of that, the demand for loyalty, the demand for me to overshare for the benefits of friendships and things like that. And when I was addicted, I really didn't have the strength, nor did I even want to come out of these type of relationships. It does not hurt my feelings when people say that I lost so-and-so as a friend. It does not hurt my feelings when people try to paint me as this bad person. I know I'm sitting here in my right mind. I know that I'm highly capable. I know that I'm highly intelligent. And I know that people have a need to devalue other people. So that way they can manipulate you and they can get you to do whatever you want. But if you do not understand that these toxic people are coming into your life only to love bomb you and make you feel good about yourself in a way, and it's people that need that validation, and you may not know that you need that validation, but it starts to feel good when somebody accepts you. You may be the underdog, really strong, but no one understands you because you're what's that word, Kirk? No one understands you, right? And then you get somebody that comes along, hey Sean, hey 504, thank you. No one understands you. So when somebody starts to appreciate you, you're like, finally they get it. And they get it a little too much and it feels great. Only until they begin to devalue you and take that love away. You'll do anything to get it back because you remember how good it felt. And you don't really understand the devaluing phase and their demand for loyalty from you. You don't understand it. All these things kind of cycle together, because as you're being devalued and things like that, it's really important for these, hey bees and cornbread, it's really important for they will demand loyalty for a couple reasons. They want loyalty because they want you to go along with whatever they feel is right. They're going to have these beefs with people. They're going to have these conflicts, and they're going to make it seem like you need to defend them. And if you don't agree with them, then you're going against them. You're going against their brand. You're going against whatever it is. So even if you look at something like, hey, wait a minute, I don't really understand, but because you want to be loyal and you want to be a good friend, and you don't want to feel that the evaluation that they're putting upon you, you got to go back to the loyalty, because everybody wants to be considered loyal, right? The problem is you're not going to get that same loyalty in return. And I noticed these in a lot of my relationships. The demand would be so high, but the moment I said, wait a minute, I have this need, then a devaluing stage would happen, right? And because I had a need to want to be loyal, because I am a loyal person, I would go back, and I never really understood it, but it goes farther than that, because then you have the manipulation, the gaslighting, and then eventually the invalidation. I noticed this, and I did say I wasn't going to go into the damn trauma bonding thing, but we're going to talk about it later. But listen, I noticed that a lot of people try to invalidate me. Do you know, it seems as if every time somebody falls out with me, they want to tell you all the great things they did for me. They want to tell you that, oh, I defended you against so-and-so. Oh, I protected you. Do you guys know how many times I have asked people, do not defend me. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm unbothered. But the reason why people want to build up these favors is because the moment you decide to stand on your own, they're going to call in those favors. Wait a minute, I did this for you. And it doesn't matter if you speak up for yourself or not, because they're trying to appeal to others and say, listen, she's not loyal because I did this for her and she should have done this for me. And it's really important that you guys understand these cycles, or you're going to be caught up in other people's nonsense. I do not care that people don't like me. People don't like me because they can no longer use me. They can't take advantage of me. I'm not going to pay their damn bills. I'm not paying for flights and shit and tickets and all that shit. I don't give a damn. Let them complain and let them whine. You know why? Because that's another story for another day. But I understand that people came into my life because they could take something from me. They could get on my platform and befriend me and cause some type of conflict, so they can then go to their own platforms and make commentary. You do not see me in those chats. You do not. And I almost got caught up in some nonsense, because here I am thinking someone's a friend, and I allowed that person to come into my chat, drop their links. Did they give me anything back? No. Did they tell you guys that they gave me a lot? Yes. Why? Because I had a need. I had a need, and when I expressed something, because I have been loyal to a person, that person tried to devalue me, and that has happened again and again. And it hasn't only happened to me, it happened to a lot. It happens to a lot of other people online, and they second guess themselves. But because we feel the need to be validated, and we're not seeking that validation within ourselves, we're seeking it from other people, we get caught up in a cycle. We get caught up in a cycle. And that's just what it is. All right. So, and then we begin to lose ourselves. We get lost in this cycle, and it does become an addiction. You know why? Because an addiction? Because we think about those good times with that person, and we think about how it felt. And when you lose a friendship, there's a grieving process. It's like you mourn that friendship, right? And it usually takes me, I don't know, 8-10 days or so. I don't know. It takes me a while. You know, when I lose a friend, I go through a process, but I get through the process fairly quickly. And once I get through that process, like for real, to the point where I'm not trying to reason with you, I'm not trying to listen to you, I just nothing you. That's why you cannot call me to hit your mother sucking links. If I say I'm not going to talk to somebody, you are crossing a boundary. I am not willing to be friends with you anymore in my sobriety. I'm not willing to do that. I am not giving you access to me that you once had access. And I don't give a damn who says she thinks too much of herself. I wish I would have known this a long time ago. I wish that a lot of other people, I see good people trying to plead to people. Hey, Bizzo, I see good people trying to plead to people that have no way of understanding their value. And the first thing they're going to do is invalidate them. How many times have people tried to paint me as a victim? And when I do speak up for myself, it's, oh, she's playing victim. But what I realize is that they go on to play the victim. And they try to take away my voice and to silence me and to say what they did for me. And I get caught up in the most unreasonable situations. And all of that has to do with trauma bonding. So I had to sit down and think about all of my experiences and think about the names for the things that I've been through. I'm not trying to be popular. I'm not trying to be liked. I am popular though. Y'all know this shit, right? You put my name in the title, the people will come to see me get dragged. You know why? I just come up here and speak by myself, but they have this constant need to invalidate me. You guys know good and damn well what happened with a certain moderator. I don't need names in my chat. That's right, 404 girl was full of itch. Even though another person came, cursed that person out, chopped it down, made a grown man cry crocodile tears. Y'all know what I'm saying? Who did that person come after? In you, the soft-spoken one, the one that's willing to please and have conversation. You know why? Because it was safe, and that person was a coward, a big coward. All right? Because I did not ask anything other than, wait a minute, I'm not in your chat. Hey, you're a moderator in my chat. My kid is, it doesn't matter what you guys think about my child. Why are overgrown people worried about my parenting? And if I lay my clothes out, if you raise your child like this and that works for you and your child, and it doesn't work for my child, that's my child. Why is that? Hey, Patrice, thank you so much for being a member. Thank you, Vince, for being a member still. Thank y'all for those that support me. But y'all understand what I'm saying. This isn't just for me. This is for other people that go through the same thing. Why did that matter? And I had to think about how many times my feelings have been invalidated. And every time I fall out with somebody, it's a show. And it never is what it is. Anytime that I have a request or, hey, when someone hit my platform, more than one person. You guys know some of you hit my platform and you do not want to speak to a person. Or I know you and so don't get along. Hey, Summer Breeze, I do not ask you guys to speak to that person because it crosses your boundaries. But if I have the same request and somehow it's a problem, and that is why I do not mind not having friends. I do not mind being by myself, because as long as I am by myself, I am not accommodating other people. I'm not sacrificing myself and what I need. And for me, if I'm going to make it to year 3, then I'm going to have to be strong, and I'm going to have to be strong by myself. Nobody can get me there but myself. And some of you have goals and some of you have dreams and all this stuff. You want to be strong content creators. I don't know how you're going to do that with all this group thing. I don't know how you got to do it. YouTube is a business, in my opinion. If we can't have a YouTube ship and understand business, I don't know what to tell you. When I told that moderator, you can't mod anymore because you're a content creator and I don't want you to have to choose, et cetera, became a problem. But some of you guys are going to have to toughen up and know your value. I know my value, I know my worth, and I know that I'm an awesome friend, but I'm not perfect. But if I need something, if I need to be alone sometimes, if I need to shut down, that's what I need. And it shouldn't be a question about it. I think about all the things that I have been through within these couple years. And I'm like, wait a minute, I have been there for a lot of people. But the moment I needed something, I remember we talk about this experience another day, but I had something happen to me that was crazy. We should be able to go somewhere and come back without worrying about people following us, without worrying about people doing shit to us. And the moment that you find out, you should be able to process those feelings any way that you need to, even if it's to shut down. Because if I need to shut down, I don't care who calls me. I don't care who needs me. I'm going to take that time to myself. But I remember the demand to turn on a live stream and talk about certain stuff. And I remember that it didn't matter how much I have done for other people. There were so many lies, so many things told about me. And that invalidation process was long. But let me tell you something. I do understand stuff like that. And I just wait things out. I know that I have to take care of myself. And sometimes you have to put yourself first. I cannot express. I was listening to somebody in a stream one day. I was in the clouds and they were saying how I'm lonely because I miss my friends. I have friends. You guys just don't know about those friends because we are developing our friendships slowly. And there's some people that just speak to me and they don't come live about it. And those friendships are beautiful. I am healthy enough to have those friendships now. I had a lot of friends when I was addicted. And that was because I had no way of understanding the need. Yeah, they made me feel great, right? And sometimes people are going to love you as long as you are not well and you are toxic. They're going to trauma bond with you. That's not healthy. Okay. You got to be healthy to have a friendship. All right. So I'm not pointing the fingers at anybody. I'm just saying that I understand the cycle. I'm saying it takes two, definitely. But it's not always MU. Hey, Denia. Thank you, Benzo. That finally said thank you. So there was a lot of things. I noticed that when I say something is taken to the extreme, other people could do the most, dox kids, do all this shit. But if MU says, hey, you know what? How are you a moderator? And y'all not just discussing my kids, y'all talking about some legal stuff and all this kind of shit. How is that okay? And then it's like, oh, I didn't know what happened. No, you guys, it's like I am unapologetically myself from this point forward. Please do not bring me what happens on another stream. I do not care. I do not need to know, because I am not in those spaces and I am not going backwards. As I wear this 2-year in sobriety, I don't give a crap attitude, because I am leveling up, taking care of myself. I feel amazing. That glow that y'all talk about is coming from the inside, because I have to make peace with myself. I have to make sure that my kids understand that their mom suffered from an addiction. My kids don't understand. I remember when I told my daughter, I told my daughter, I shared that with you guys. Man, that was a painful experience. And some people said I shouldn't have told her. And she didn't know. It was actually my dance coach that, kind of helped me through that. But I wanted her to know, I was worried that maybe there was something that she wouldn't have realized. Like, I don't know, because I always felt really present, right? But I did want to talk to her about some of the trauma that I experienced as a child, because I didn't want to repeat that. I didn't want her to repeat that, because it really is, she's the next generation. So when I see grown adults, women could be mean as hell, attacking other women. And it's this group, I'm sorry, not other women, them too, but the children, autistic children, special needs. I don't mind that these people call me an outsider. They need to call me an outsider, because that's not some shit that I do. That's weird. I don't want any part of that, because those grown ass, old ass women are not going to be here, and the younger ones are going to be here, and they're going to take over. And there's no reason to ever want to attack a child. I don't care if it's my child or anybody else's child. I speak to my kids about a lot of stuff, and I am a good ass mom, and I'm not going to let somebody else tell me how I should raise my kids, you guys. And if you don't like me now and you liked me a couple years ago, well, why are you trying to be in my life now? You have to have those boundaries. And I had to realize that a lot of these things was toxic. As soon as I got rid of the people that no longer fit, whether I got rid of them or I no longer was valuable to them, and I never fought for those relationships back. The ones that I walked from, you did not see messages. You did not see me go live about them. They went live. You didn't see that. I totally embraced my space, myself. It was a lot. It was hard. And it was hard to say, hey, how could I have stopped this? I could have stopped it if I recognized that there were stages of trauma bonding that started with love bombing, and then the loyalty, the demand for loyalty, the demand for, wait a minute, we share everything with each other. No, you don't. Because what you're doing is oversharing, is that person is sharing very, very little with you, because what they're doing is storing it up for the day that they're mad at you. And so they can hold things against you. And I cannot express to you guys that I do not respond to stuff when just because somebody makes a live stream about me. If somebody tells you that they defended yourself for me, they didn't defend me because they felt they were good people. People make commentary off of what's trending. They pick sides. I don't owe anybody for that. And I will not let anybody hold me hostage to their feelings. Thank you, Vero. Thank you. I'm not looking at the chat because I get scatterbrained. So mods, greet them. We'll talk about the mod thing later. Listen, see, I don't want to get scatterbrained. I didn't understand a lot of things and why things was constantly happening. Why was I always in the middle of stuff? And y'all remember the last thing I said before I looked at the chat? Hey, TC. And not everybody, Pharaoh, not everybody's going to like the direction that I'm going. And that is okay. That is okay. Because I'm right here in this space. I'm taking it all in. but it's going to be really important for my moderators and some people. There's some things that you want to tell me if I need it for court purposes or whatever, but the rest I don't need to know, because as I go about these live streams, I'll be sharing a lot of experiences and things that I went through, and I don't need to worry about what so-and-so said about it. If people are mad, I'm not watching it. Listen, if something happens, I can handle it a different way if I need to handle something legally. But as far as me speaking and sharing my experiences, I'm going to share my experiences because I have always been transparent with you guys about stuff. And some things that I've done, you don't understand. And sometimes when you guys are calling me a bad friend, what you're trying to do is make me an enabler. You're trying to make me go along with the get along, and you're trying to make me just accessible to everybody. If I tell you that I'm not going to pay for a bill and you guys are saying that I'm a bad friend because now that friend is mad, you just don't understand, because there's some secrets that I have never told, and I won't. I take some stuff to the grave. I am a loyal person, but listen, you're not going to play me. And a lot of people are hurt because I could see the manipulation already, even if I didn't come live and tell you, because I had to make sure that I was okay, and people were too comfortable hurting me. And even something as simple, what's good, Bams? Even something as simple, and I'm using this example because it's the most recent, as, hey, as a mod, you know, it's just not, YouTube is a business. It's not a good look. And I'm telling this person I'm not upset. And this person is saying, hey, you know what? We weren't talking about your kids. We weren't talking about your kids. I never said that that's what I was angry about in the first place. And then you say, hey, we're good, only to go panel to panel. And I'm like, okay, the first time I'm like, okay, we'll talk about it, whatever. But then it happened again. So my feelings were not respected in certain situations. And I could care less how many panels you hold. How many people drag me and, oh, they hate MU, they hate MU. My subscriber count always goes up when y'all do that shit. I don't care, because I'm not having unreasonable requests or demands. And the level of anger towards me is completely unreasonable. And I can't even go to a chat and say, hey, you know what? Without everybody jumping down my throat, trying to make me feel a certain way because they feel the need to go along with the crowd. And a lot of people hate me just because of what so-and-so said. And the only reason why people hate you, and you find out that a lot of people hate you, is this group thinking. If you ever try to leave a sector and go to another sector and have a fresh start, only to have people from your past follow you to try to remind people not to like you, not to like you. I'm trying to tell you that it's something. Social media makes it so much worse, because people that normally wouldn't have access to you now have access to you. It's so important. If you do not understand that some of your friends are toxic, some people like it. Some people like that trauma bonding. Some people like hurting with the next person, and you get used to it, and it feels good because you can nurse each other back to health. But it's really a vicious cycle. And the moment you really need something, you know what it is. When you need something, you ever had a narcissist friend? And then, you think that narcissist is so great because they show you them best selves. They show you the best part of themselves. Get sick. Need something from that person. Watch how quickly they leave you. Does not matter how much you did for that person. You go through something and they're not going to be there for you. I'm saying all this to say that when I was sick and not well, and I knew that things were not right, I had people come to my house, steal from me, do all kinds of shit, only for everybody to say that I deserved it because I shouldn't have been on drugs. People stalking me and other people saying that, well, I should have done such and such. I should have told people. Let me tell you something. People are absolutely ridiculous. And I want no part of it. When I had to get sober, I feel like sobriety is my biggest flex, because I'm going to speak up for that underdog. I'm going to call out the nonsense, and I just don't give a damn who thinks what about it, because I am a very kind and a very nice person. But a lot of people will take advantage of a person that is too nice. That's the fact. You see people that are the nicest get walked all over. Be soft-spoken. Be a woman that's attractive. Be a woman that lost a bunch of weight, that got married. I used to wonder why people are always attacking my relationship. Why are people, even the person that, and I didn't watch that live stream. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm really good at not watching shit. And when I do watch it, I'll tell you guys I watched it and I'll review it. But listen, why were so many people? I'm going to look in the chat in a second. I'm almost done. I've been here for 24 minutes. I'm almost done. And I'll even drop a link if y'all want. But why are so many people attacking my support system? People that I know in life. The reason why is to isolate me. And so the people that cared about me, even some friends that were chased away, they were not going to stay around watching such toxic behavior. And then I would be left to depend on people for friendship. And why would I get rid of people that I could see in real life for people that I would never meet? I understand parasocial relationships very well. I understand that these YouTube chips are parasocial relationships. Okay. Meaning, I can say I love you and all that kind of shit, but you don't actually have access to me. I'm going to present my best self to you. Now, I'm very transparent with you guys, so you do get a real experience with me. But some people don't understand that if you can benefit from another person's misery, the friendship is, a lot of these friendships are bound to fall apart. That's why you see a lot of these YouTube ships not working out. If one person benefits from the friendship falling apart, those are parasocial relationships. And you can abuse your friendship with these platforms because you can take your, hey, this person did so-and-so, and then it's commentary. So that's why it's hard to have YouTube relationships and friendships online, because a lot of times we disguise these friendships as family, as, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. And you hear it all day. And some of you may have never heard it before. So you really build a strong connection. And when you lose that connection, you feel a sense of loss because that connection feels a void in your life. Hey, Lisa, that connection feels a void. So I'm sober, y'all. This is it. This is me. I'm not going backwards, but I got to fight for this shit, because I'll be damned if I ever put myself at another person's disposal. If I ever allow myself to be treated less than a child of God, because when God saved me, he grabbed me. All right. I fell in love for real. And that with that experience, but I understand that it's not normal for people to tell you who to be with, who to be in a relationship with, and be mad at you to the point where they want to go live, be like, oh, you're with so-and-so, as if I'm doing something to them. And that's just crossing boundaries, you guys. So once my mind started to get healthy, I needed my body to get healthy. I'm not about to get fat on y'all. I'm not about to overeat and trade one addiction for another. It's like once you start to change your life, you want to change everything bad in your life. So hang on, let me turn off my camera for a second. All right, y'all, I spoke to y'all enough. I'm going to drop a link just in case y'all want to chat with me. I'm done. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all follow what I said. Please help me out. But I do not care. I'm here for the people that's been there for me. And it's just not going to be a lot of people. And that's okay, because I'm speaking to the people that I'm meeting now and that care about other people, wellness. I've always had to think about I've always had to think about things like addiction has always been on my mind, because I just didn't think I would be here. And so unfortunately, I can't be in situations that's going to stress me out to the point. I'm not carrying other people's stress, weight, and feelings. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. Stress is the #1 killer of our people. You want me to stress because so-and-so said something that doesn't even matter, when I have to go out there in real life and take care of my kids, my pets, my family? I'm not worried about it. I get out and I do what I got to do. And I don't sit online all day judging everybody else. Oh, here comes TC. Let me make sure this, let me use my banner, y'all. Can y'all see how happy I am? Oh, wait a minute. Let's put up our down banner. Hold on. Let me bring up TC. Hang on, TC. I got to find my... Wait, I'm under the wrong spot. I think that's you. Let's just be sure. Okay. Hey, girl.
Hey, it is me.
Okay, let's get rid of this. Did I make sense right now? What's good?
Oh wow, you're on point. You are 100. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you for, sharing, your journey. I'm just amazed and totally you're a different person than I met a year ago, and that's a good thing. Um, when I say I met, on in these
I know what
YouTube
you mean.
streets type of thing. You have leaps and bounds. You have just you're doing your thing. Keep going. And I have a suggestion, a
Yes.
little
Good.
suggestion. I'm not really sure if you're into it, but you California people are all into this stuff. Chakras. My suggestion is for you to work on your root chakra and your heart chakra. Now, there's 7 chakras known to man, but there are many, many more.
Chakra.
Here you go with the. I see you. Look at you. Oh my god.
The hell is a chakra?
And with each chakra are these things called meridians. Oh, it's a whole yeah.
The
It's
fuck?
no. It's not that deep. It's not. It's not that hard. Each chakra is assigned a color and is designated an area of your body. So all I'm saying to you is your heart chakra and your root chakra. Work on those two, and everything else will be in align. It will come into alignment.
Okay.
All right, and it'll everything that you're saying will manifest itself, like you said, working on your mind, and your body will follow. What's that song by Invo? Free your mind, the rest will follow.
Yeah.
Da, 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 something like that. Whatever it is. Anyway,
Don't be so shallow.
don't be so shallow. There it is. So you getting ready to go into a whole nother phase. Your when you get into alignment, your past will drop off. Okay. The only reason why our past hangs on to us and lingers onto us like a little kid, like a little baby, like mommy, 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 is because we're not in alignment. Okay? So once you get into alignment, thank you, Vero. I appreciate it. Once you get into alignment, it will all make sense. And you'll be free to walk out of that past. Others will hang on to it, but you'll be free. Okay.
I claim that.
And and I will say this, I just experienced another one of my mentees who just graduated, and she received her EDD, and she received her doctorate in education. And I know you're doing your thing as far as education. So, I tell people it's not how long you live, is the amount what you do within the life that you have. So I've known people that are young folks, and they're doing the doggone thing.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of options. There's a lot to do. So, let's not stay stagnant here in these YouTube streets. But, do your thing. I see you're doing your educational piece. I'm excited for you. I hear it coming along. I hear it taking it's growing. And your children, what's the best thing? Your babies are watching you, and they're saying, I'm proud of my mama. And let me tell you, I'm not a mother, I'm not a biological mother, but when your children, and that's why especially in my community, for my sisters who are, the studs or whatever you want to call it, I really appreciate them, because when they have children, they know what it is to have their children say to them, Mom, I'm proud of you. It's the best feeling. It's just it's I don't I had a couple of my mentees say that to me, and it put everything in proper perspective. So when your children say those things to you, and you're right in order, in alignment with what God wants you to do, you're not mad, you're not angry at the world, and you let things just wash off of you.
That's right.
you know so congratulations to you, Miss MU. Continue to do your thing. Alrighty. And no polka dots. No polka dots though. Okay? No polka dots.
I love polka dots.
Okay, that was an inside joke. It was an inside joke. Anyway.
Hi, I'm thinking about this polka dot dress I just got, sis.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Well, listen, okay. Anyway, Ben's. I'm
There
just
you go.
messing. But anyway, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna, I know other folks may want to come up, but yeah, um, just continue to do your thing. Congratulations.
Appreciate you. I appreciate your support in me so much, and I love the knowledge that you share, especially about education and programs and stuff like that. You're awesome. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Wow, I thank you for that. I thank you. All right then. I will talk with you later. I'm gonna go down and get me. Yes, I'm gonna get 2 hours sleep, and then I gotta get out of here.
Go get your rest. Thank you for
All
coming
right
in.
now. Thank you, and take care, Chad.
Thank you. Oh, that's TC. I love my sis. I appreciate you guys. I hope I made sense, y'all. I can't go back to. I almost got caught up in this back and forth over nonsense, and that would just take me backwards. I told you guys, we got rid of all the noise, we got rid of stuff. You don't see me in all this drama and stuff like that. We're not going back, so we're gonna go forward. I'm gonna continue to go out to the communities, and I have been asked to go. Thank you, TC. That meant a lot. Thank you, Miss T. I appreciate you. I'm talking low because my kid is sleeping. I'm used to a big house and I downsized a lot. So I'm talking low shit. Y'all see how happy you guys I am? I can't explain it. And I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for every time somebody sees me as something more than an addict and I can just converse with you guys. I'm grateful that I finished school. I'm about to start school again in June and July. I can't remember. Um, I think the semester starts in July, so I have to double check. I just feel really good. Wait, let me put my banner up, y'all. It means a lot. I don't take it lightly. Okay, I'm gonna share something with you guys before I go to sleep. What's good, Amala?
Hey, you.
There you go.
Hey,
Hey,
Bookie. I'm so proud of you. I've been watching from the clouds.
thank you.
I cannot believe I haven't been on. I don't do panels, so I haven't been on in like forever. But you are glowing, my dear. You are a rising star. Look at you.
I'm so happy. I'm happy. Yeah.
I'm happy for you. You did this right before our very eyes.
Mhm.
So proud of you. So thankful to God. And you never gave up.
Uh-uh.
You know, I have nothing but, I'm in tears right now, but I have nothing but prayer for you. I have nothing but well wishes for you. And your babies were able to witness your transformation. And you have shown them what is possible. You have shown them what is possible from the mud. Look at you, girl. Hey, all I can say is praise God. I'm so proud of you. Keep going, keep moving. Fuck the haters.
I
You
appreciate you a lot.
know,
I do.
and ditto to everything you said. You have to, let me tell you something. From a former fat girl, broke girl, broke down barriers. As soon as you start rising, you will realize who loves you and who doesn't. You will witness your haters and your team, and those who are on your team, they will be for you. People who really, really want you to win, they gonna hang on, girl, and they're gonna be behind you. And you'll see that. You're probably witnessing it right now. But I'm telling you from experience. When I started to realize from 450 pounds to 154, from graduating from college, getting married, all these things, all these wonderful things happening in my life. And I'm saying that because from experience, I'm seeing it in you. You're going to see who is really for you and who isn't.
Yeah.
And girl, you got that glow, honey. You finding out. And as soon as you start saying no, oh baby, the fangs are gonna come out. Yep. But you keep rising. Ignore all of it.
Thank you, Amala. Good night, TC. Thank you,
Yeah.
Amala. I appreciate that, and
You
I appreciate.
welcome, love. And stay prayed up. And much love to you and your family. That's all I wanted to say. Let me get my little long-winded self down. I
Because
love you too, baby. And I'm only 5 hours away from you.
let's do it. Let's meet
All
up. Let's
right.
do it.
Mwah. And anybody else out there who's experiencing the same thing, stay strong, persevere, and keep grinding. Keep
Keep
grinding.
grinding.
Yes. All right, baby. Bye-bye.
Bye. Uh, that you guys mean so much to me. I saw Ben's put in a chat. My circle is getting smaller. I'm not sure exactly what she means by that, but I'm gonna share something with you guys. I and let me know if you guys can or can't relate. I roam the YouTube streets, right? I'm in the clouds. I'm listening to people. It doesn't bother me what people say, but I did hear somebody say, "Yeah, she went from 450 in her chat to like 10 or 12," and they said it like I was gonna be depressed. Nah, y'all still know me. My commentary is not for everybody. I knew that when I lost certain people, I stopped catering to certain people. And people were coming to me, mad at me, telling me that they have to choose sides because I did something to so and so. I knew that a lot of people were gonna leave. But let me tell you something. Some of you was on the phone with me when I said I couldn't wait because I miss my audiences. I heard a person say in the black sector, somebody that knew me, say she doesn't care about that. I used to stream with just 30 and 40 people. I knew all of y'all names and we had the best conversations. Let me tell you something. For somebody that's had everything in life that they could possibly want, I used to be so miserable after those streams. Some of you would be on the phone with me, right? And I'll tell you how depressed I was. You know why? Because it wasn't my damn audience and I was always caught up in some mess and some nonsense and I was getting lost. Now, there was a time I felt a high from it. Like, damn, yeah, look at me. And I got lost and I became a mean girl sometimes, just fighting and getting into these battles. But then when I needed something, there was nobody there. I will never forget it. And that's why I'm telling you guys, the ones that fell away from me, the ones that turned their backs on me and made life miserable, there is no reconciliation. There's no conversation that we could ever have. Because when you have not done something to anyone and they turn on you for no reason, those are not the friends that you want or need. And you have to understand that. It's like I had to be willing to let everything go. Because if I didn't, if I won't become a mean girl, beast and cornbread, but I started to lose myself. Y'all remember when I went through this list of the 7 stages of trauma bonding? Let me go to y'all again real quick. The love bombing, loyalty, devaluation, manipulation and gaslighting, invalidation, loss of self, and the 7th is addiction. I'm going to make a stream about that and we're going to talk about it in details because then I'll share very specific things that happened in my life that made me sit down and think about this trauma bonding thing. I had to understand what was happening to me, right? But anyways, the battles that I was fighting just weren't mine. And when I would go through serious stuff, I was belittled, made fun of. And I'm talking about the stalking thing and all that. I was made fun of and it didn't matter. And did I really have anybody around me? No. So I had to be willing to let all of that go because if I didn't, I wouldn't have graduated from school. Doesn't matter if people think it's not, that's something small. For me, it was a big deal because I needed to accomplish something. And I remember how that wasn't important. That's why I said sometimes you have to be willing to let go of people. It doesn't mean you have to hate them. It just means that journey, your journey is long, but not everybody is going to be there for the duration of your journey. You can celebrate the good times. That's what I usually do. Celebrate the times that we did have together. But when that time ends, it's okay. But I noticed that a lot of people don't like that time to end with me, and they want to drag it on or try to make it seem like I'm a bad person or invalidate me or say how needy I am. I am very capable, and I have taken care of a lot of people, and I'm not going to let you invalidate me, and you're not going to rewrite my story. I'm very strong. I had a problem. I struggled with that problem, and I got rid of what was affecting my life. So if you don't get rid of what's affecting your life, whether it's a food addiction, X addiction, okay, gambling, whatever, it's going to ruin your life. And you're not going to have healthy relationships. You can't. Because as long as you have a substance or a problem like that, you're going to put that first. Why do I say this? You can love the other person, but if you're struggling with, let's say, alcohol, the moment you get into a fight or something like that, you're going to go to what's comfortable. So it's that the alcohol or gambling, whatever. And it doesn't matter how much you want to quit. You're going to want to feel better, and you're going to go to what's comfortable. So you really have to work it and want it and be committed to it. And it's hard. And if you don't, your relationships are going to fail. And then the people that you're going to flock to are the ones that are going to flock to you are the ones that's accepting that toxic behavior that will trauma bond with you. Why? So they can take care of you. Y'all can trauma bond together, whatever. You might fall in love with another addict, whatever. But the relationships are going to be toxic, and you're going to end up in a vicious cycle. And you see these things with people online. They can't get online without being drunk. Doesn't matter if they went to jail twice within 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. You'll watch it. And they don't care. And even if they want to change, they go back to what sent them to jail. And unless you clean up that part of your life, all of your relationships are going to be a mess. And it's not that other person at that point. It's like, damn, you're hurting yourself. And when you're hurting yourself like that, people are not going to come in your life that want to love you. They'll take advantage of you because you need something from them. And it's not a healthy relationship. There was no way I could have had a healthy relationship in the thick of my addiction with anybody that said they loved me and they were right there. Just no way. It was such an imbalance, right? So I say all that to say that I care very much. And if I didn't care, I wouldn't share these experiences with you. I wouldn't allow you guys, whether I get along with you a lot. I share with you because I know that you have people in your lives, or it could be yourself, that struggles with addiction, and maybe you don't feel that there's hope, and maybe you think your loved ones won't change. If I could change, anybody can change. I believe in recovering out loud. And the biggest thing is you have to have respect for yourself. You don't have respect for yourself, nobody else is going to respect you. I do not need anybody to validate me. I do not need a big crowd around me. I don't need that. But the people that are listening are supposed to be listening. And the doors that have been open to me, I have spoken to some amazing people. And I get celebrities, non-celebrities, very intelligent people, homeless people that shared their stories with me, kids that's telling me that their mom is getting sober. She watches me every night. That's why I make sure I come online and just say, hey, what's up? Because there's a lot of people watching me. I saw my cousin in the chat. My cousin was just like, what's up, cousin? Keep going. And I realized that there's a lot of people that love me and that care about me. And I owe it to them not to hurt myself, because then I'm going to take you guys, my chat, my audience. I took you guys through a lot. And I appreciate y'all for being here. It means a lot to me. I never, ever thought I could make it to 2 years. 10 Toes Down, shout out to him, came on my platform and spoke to me. And it meant a lot, because when I wasn't well, I remember him saying, just get help. All right. People, I mean, let me say. And then the get help, and just, that was just the message. And he's always been supportive, but just the fact that he's here to see me get healthy, not just that, but you guys in the chat, people want to say whatever they want to say about Don Cato, but he was there. He is there. And it's just been a long road. So on that note, I love you guys. All right. Sophisticated Grant, let me greet y'all. I'm not trying to preach to you guys, but I just feel that when you have been through a lot, and I still have to get to my next year, right? We're just going to do day by day. You've been through some stuff, share it with your sister, share it. Imagine if we really did support each other. There's so many things I want to talk to you about. The danger of female alliances and these girl cliques. I want to talk about it because there's an isolation that happens. People get left out, and you see these big cliques happening, and they want you to be loyal and group up with them as they target somebody else to make themselves feel better. There's reasons, and there's a psychology behind this stuff. There's a reason why women tear each other down, why women compete with other women. And then you see things that you normally wouldn't allow. Like, okay, normally I wouldn't drag a child, but because so-and-so does it, and if I call so-and-so out, she's going to curse me out, then it's okay, as long as so-and-so does it. But if this person does it, I'm going to call her out and demonize her. But because this is my favorite person, I'm going to make excuses and say, oh, she does it because of this, right? I'm speaking about females because I'm a female. I can't tell guys about their problems. And it's a cycle. There's a reason why there's a selective outrage and there's a lot of grace given. I'm called a bad person, but do I go around doxing or putting up pictures of people's deceased relatives or things like that? I don't do anything like that. And I'm very much picked apart. Why? Because I'm not I'm popular, but I'm not liked. And people can just say, hey, she was an addict. I saw it before. I'm going to leave you guys with this. And I'm sorry not looking at the chat, but that's because I'm trying to get through this stream. There's a group of women as I'm celebrating. By group, yeah, guess I could say group. As I'm celebrating my 2 years of sobriety, you know what they were doing? Talking about my relapses. Talking about how I lied to them. They never understood addiction and they never wanted to. Because my relapse does not mean I lied to you. It means that I was struggling with a very real problem, and my problem was not your commentary. Okay? How dare you guys? I didn't lie to you in my relapse. Addicts lie about how long we've been clean and stuff like that because our minds are fucked up and we don't want to hurt you. But don't try to shame that person like, oh my God, I was friends to them when they lied to me. You know exactly what you're getting into when you are dealing with an addict. All right. Everybody that dealt with me, seen the things that I was going through very publicly. And those people, after seeing me in situation after situation, chose to engage with me only because I was popular for commentary. That's it. And the moment I shut off that access, then they have problems with me. And that was a problem. Let me tell you something. Nobody give a damn that I was relapsing because they could talk about it online. And they need you. They bring up your past so people remember you that way. Because with you changing, it causes other people to, instead of being inspired, like, damn, I could do it, or so-and-so can do it, they want to remind you. So if you used to be overweight and they're still calling you fat, or if you got clean off of crack cocaine or meth or whatever, they're going to call you a meth head because they want you to see yourself that way. Don't you dare see yourself how God called you and what God created you to be. Don't you dare see that calling on your life, because if you see that calling on your life, you're going to be on fire because nobody's going to be able to take that away. This glow that I feel inside, that I think, I was telling Ten Toes earlier, why don't everybody want to feel this way? You can't take it away, because when you've been hurt and brokenhearted for so long, and it started from a child because I didn't understand abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse. I didn't understand that shit. And I have an amazing family. I love them. But things happen, right? Now that I've been set free from all that, you can't put me back in bondage. Not a drug, not a relationship. Does that mean I'm not going to stumble and fall? I will. But I'm not going to let other people judge me, because I have one judge, and that's God, right? You have one person that can judge you, because nobody's perfect. Women can be really mean to each other, but we go through experiences and we're ashamed to talk about those experiences because how other people would judge us. And that's why drugs are stigmatizing. Our people are dying and not getting help. So with that being said, thank you for helping me celebrate my 2 years of sobriety. And I owe it to myself and others to pay it forward and to make all the pain worth it. I'm not weak. I'm not a victim. We survived, babe, and we got here, and I'm so happy because now that you talk to me, I can remember every damn argument. I used to forget because I was so under the influence, and I used to just talk to people because I couldn't even remember. I still write the shit down because I'd be forgetting now. I'm mad at you, but you know, I'm a work in progress. Let me put my email in there. Thank you, Sophisticated Brat. Let me look at my chat before I get out of here. We did it, y'all. We did it. We did it. And I had a lot of help from you guys. I'm not going to lie. So I'm not going to let you guys down, all right? Yes. No, I'm not getting into the beef. Doesn't mean I'm going to fire up a live stream and curse somebody out. But every time I do that, I'm not talking to my new audience that I'm catering to, which is still you guys. But it's really important for me to speak to other addicts. Do you understand? Because I understand the struggle. And that's just what I was called to do. I really believe that. Let me put my email in the chat for y'all. Oh, okay. Thank you, Pizza Cornbread. Thank you. Y'all understand me. We're not weak. I don't need anybody to defend me. I have a mouth. And I'm still getting healthier. Let me give you my email. This doesn't work. XOX. Y'all, I'm so happy. I told you I was gonna have music and all that for my 2-year day. I decided not to because I got nervous as the date started to come. Like, damn, I'm getting anxiety. Right? Yeah. Code dsxox@gmail.com. And y'all know that I'm loyal because a lot of y'all in my inbox, and I have never exposed the conversation and stuff like that. I appreciate y'all. Okay, let me read y'all comments. Piece of cornbread, she have touched Minnie whether she knows it or not. Aw, Benz. I'm very protective over Benz, but Benz is doing great. I just understand what Benz go through a lot. Is that okay? I'll bring you up. You know I was about to go to bed. What's good?
What's up, little mama? How you doing?
I'm fine. About to go to bed.
Oh, you about to go to sleep now? What you doing? What you doing? What was this show? Let's chat. What y'all was chatting about?
My 2-year in sobriety. Hey, Dempsey.
What
I
your
just went to your point. Sophisticated Brat. Thank you.
Being sober?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I sure say it. God damn, I can see the shine and everything.
You can see the what?
I can see your shine and everything, your glow, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Your beautiful smile.
I'm
just a lot
so
of
at
things.
peace. There's nothing like having peace and feeling. And shout out to Lady Nika. I saw she came in here and she wished earlier and said, congrats and all that. And she gave me words of encouragement. I see y'all. I read every comment. If I don't heart your comment or respond, it was either something really dumb. A few of you, you know what I'm talking about, the babes and stuff like that. But
Right.
I try to respond to you guys because I appreciate y'all for reaching out to me. So I take my time to reach back out to you guys. That shit takes a lot of work. But I do it because I care. What's good, Rio? What's good with you?
Shit, man. Just been sitting back chilling, man. I ain't been really going live lately. I've been just watching everybody. And shit, that's how I came back. Like my Miss Lady, but I mean, oops, Misunderstood, goddammit. I got to go see what Misunderstood doing. So I come over here. I'm looking at you, see you live. Let me talk to you for a minute. See what's going on.
I'm good. I'm good. I've been trying to keep my lives shorter, even though the last couple were like hours because I was just up. But since I'm working and stuff, and I'm just not on here as much,
Right.
I just pop up to check in with y'all and see how y'all doing.
Right. Oh, yeah, I noticed that. I remember you used to be on this motherfucker way longer than you used to, because I've been noticing that. Your live's been kind of quick. I'd be like 20-something minutes. What?
Yeah, because it's just different now. I'm not trying to beef. I'm not trying to fight. I don't go to other streams that really don't have anything to do with what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm just not interested in a lot of stuff. Honestly, when I finished school, I just wanted to work with people, talk to people, talk about some stuff. Ms. T, I love the card. It was really, really sweet. Can I read it or no? So, just the card, not the message.
You look so beautiful tonight. I just got to tell you that. I don't mean no disrespect or anything. I'm just keeping it real.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel you though. Yeah, you don't want to beef. I could tell that you never really liked
What? Let me
beef.
say this. I say that, but a disclaimer is I do go from 0 to 10. So I'm saying that right now, but sometimes you know
Mhm.
how it is.
Yeah, you can
I'm
go
trying not.
there eventually if you motherfucker keep pushing things.
This is what happened, real. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a situation that happened because
Hmm.
I've been on a roll with positive commentary because I can go to other sectors. I love a big roast and a gag, right? But there's sectors for that. I can go there. I enjoy them, right? I stay in their clouds. But I got caught up in some mess and me trying to reason with somebody. I found myself making live stream that's not my commentary anymore. And then I had my new subscribers messaging me talking about because they're coming to me for what I'm talking about right now. And every time I beef with somebody on this channel, that I'm missing my mark. If somebody's listening to me for something else, they don't want that from me. They,
Right,
they don't they don't want it from me. All right. So I can't do that anymore. And when people come to my chat from other sectors like the conscious community or whatever, I'm sitting up, or the manosphere or new subscribers, right, from YouTube,
yeah,
they don't they're not here for that. So then, you miss them and they don't come back. Or whatever.
right, right. That's the thing that see. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to really get the fuck away from the sector that I was in. I'm actually not even
What
fucking
sector
with
are you in again? I thought you were.
it's not even a noticeable sector. I ain't no need to even bring that garbage shit
What is the
up.
sector, real?
You
Stop
know
playing.
this,
What is the sector?
that original black sector,
That's what, yeah. 'Cause I'm like, I was over there with you. What are you talking about?
right?
Off,
But
right?
yeah, you did come through, but that shit so fucking dead. I got to get the fuck away from it, and I'm trying to find me a place to be. I'm trying to set myself in. I've been over here fucking with a few people out that sector. So place myself somewhere where I'm gonna stand. I already see the place I'm gonna end up standing at. So, but I got to make the mark.
And
It's
it's
hard to
like,
change over from sectors. I ain't gonna even lie.
and what kind of commentary you gonna make? It's like, and don't get me wrong, people that are B sector, I love you guys, but I could go over there for that, and I just feel that for me, what
That
started
ain't
to
for you.
happen was I was fighting to stay sober and beefing, and I had to deal with the stress. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about, so I had to pull away, and that's all it is. And I'm like, damn, they're saying I'm not B sector, they're saying this, they're saying I'm sobriety sector, then I need to make sobriety type commentary.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, a lot of people saying that you sobriety.
I started the sobriety sector. I called it that, but I was in so much beef that we can beef in the sobriety sector as well, but we try to understand where people are coming from. I do too, Benz. I love a good roast and a gag too, as long as it don't include doxing or trying to affect people's real life. You got to use your mouthpiece. Come on
Yeah.
now. I feel like if you have to dox and call people's jobs and stuff, well,
You
y'all gonna do that.
lost. You
I just
lost.
feel like if you have to start, the kids thing just bothered me. Once you start going to kids and stuff like that, you lost the fight.
Yeah.
So what
Chill.
kind of commentary are you gonna make before I get out of here? What's good?
Oh, you already know what I'm doing. I'm not finna do foul this shit. I like to cook people, man. That's my thing. I just love roasting people for some reason. It's just like a talent to me. You know? I like to say you got a big ass head with a little ass arm and shit like that. As far as calling your mama, your daddy. Well, I did that shit too once upon a time. I used to be grimy. I ain't gonna lie. I can't sugarcoat it. You're right. Maybe I was a motherfucker that was a piece of shit one upon a time, but I realize now that a motherfucker can get your information to do the same thing to you. But I don't do it no more. You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta find your commentary, do your thing, because that's the one thing. You have to find your
What's up?
audience. You have to find your audience, and I'm like the beef sector, that is their commentary. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not crazy about it all mixed up and stuff like that. When I see original beef sector get together, I'd be like, yeah, I'm excited. Benzone has her lane. I saw in the chat what she said she likes a good roast and a gag, but Benzone actually has a niche where, and when she gets away from that, just like any of us, then it's like your audience is like, they're not interested in that. Like her true supporters want her to do what she does. My supporters want me to do what I do and what I know about. Miss
Mm-hmm.
T, says, have a good night and congratulations on your 2 years. Miss T, that card was really sweet. I wanted to make a video with that card, but I'm gonna wait for you to see if it's okay. But thank you so much. Have a good night. Find your niche and stick with it. That's right. That's what you gotta do. For real. I'm gonna take my ass to bed because I've been live for an hour and I'm trying to keep it short.
Okay. Okay then. I'm glad you gave me enough time to come up here and talk to you and shit and have some type of conversations with you or whatever. I just wanted to see you for a minute and let you know I still watch the shit.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, Rio. Don't be a stranger.
No, I won't be a stranger.
It's
I
fine
won't.
with me. Oh, okay. Okay, Miss T. I'm gonna share something with y'all. You can hang out for a second, Rio. Hold on. Miss T
Uh,
sent me a lovely card, you guys. Y'all mind if I read it to you? Thank you, Miss T. It really meant a lot, and I want to share it with you. I thought it was really sweet. I'm gonna read you this card. I wanted to make a video of it, but y'all, I ain't trying to dox you. Never mind. I'm gonna read it to you. The card reads, I'm gonna toggle myself for a second. Go to work tomorrow. Benzo, I'm not going to work tomorrow because I'm going to ballet. If you guys haven't noticed, I keep missing Wednesdays because I want to do adult ballet. Keep this waist snatched. Okay?
mm, excuse my
2
language.
years. This is from Miss T. Thank you so much. I'm going to read it to you guys. 2 years stronger. 2 years clean and sober. Whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything that you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the fears you have overcome, one day at a time. I am proud of you. When I read that, it just hit me right here. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I don't care what your journey is. Take out the sobriety, whatever, and replace it with whatever you're trying to go through your journey, whatever, and take it one day at a time. You never know who's watching and who's listening. That card that she sent me meant so much to me. And I just wanted to share it with you guys because, remember everything you face in a battles that you've won. So you got to celebrate the little things. And then there's going to be fears because anytime you start something new, whatever, there's fear. And you're right, Benz, you're going to feel uncomfortable. But we have been conditioned to think that that's a bad thing, right? But change comes with you feeling uncomfortable. So if you can just survive that, you would just know that this is part of the process, because if you're not uncomfortable, you're not going to want to change because you become complacent. So when you want to change something, you're going to feel uncomfortable, but eventually it's going to be less uncomfortable, and then it's going to be your norm. All right. And that's what happens with change. So if you can go through the process, go through the pain, because it's not always going to feel good, you're going to be all right. All right. Some things are healthy, and it's just work. But Miss T, thank you so much for sharing that card. Okay. Did I make sense? Taking my ass to bed. Miss
Yeah,
T, I loved it.
yeah, you made a lot of sense. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up out of here though. I know you doing your thing and shit.
Thank you so much. I do want to end on that note. Thank you, Ria. I'll see you later. Let me do my final thought.
All right, now, little bum. Peace.
Peace. Oh, I can't give a guy a hurt. Let me tell you something. It meant so much. Miss T took the time to send that, but I hope it made sense, you guys. I had to be okay with being uncomfortable, out of my comfort zone. And that's what you have to do, regardless of the journey and the change. I'm not coming out here fighting with you guys. I'm going to try my best to be understanding and talk to you guys, because there's so many things that we have to talk about. A lot of things, all right? And feel free to like, comment, and share. And if you have something you want me to talk about, leave it in my comment section, somewhere where I will see it, and we could talk about it. If you want to do a panel, we can do a panel. But this space is for us to share and talk about stuff, and it's a safe place to share. It's a non-judgmental place. Somebody sent me an email. Miss T, I loved it. Somebody sent me an email and said that I was demonizing marijuana. Do you guys know that I would love to have a conversation about being Kali sober? Kali sober means that you leave the hard drugs alone. Demi Lovato kind of coined that term, right? Because she believed in it, but now she believes in full sobriety. But Cali sober is when you leave the hard drugs alone. So you don't do like heroin or cocaine, whatever. Those are considered hard drugs. And you use like marijuana or psychedelics like mushrooms to replace the drug addiction from like more harmful drugs. That's being Cali sober. I'm all for those kind of conversations. And when I'm having a conversation, it doesn't mean I'm demonizing something. I try to keep my opinion. I'll do better at it, right? I know I kind of got passionate the last couple of times I tried to talk about stuff, but I'm not demonizing anything. This is a judgment-free zone. And there's a lot of things I want to talk about. All right. With that being said, I'm going to say good night. I hope Zero's. Oh, Zero. I can't get into my email. If you guys have been emailing my Yahoo account, I can't get into it. MU, have a good night. And again, congratulations on your 2 years. Good night, everyone. Aww. Good night. Damn, I wish I could go to that. All right, you guys, I'm looking at your comments. Good night, Benzo. DMC, it's good seeing you. Brad, and thank you guys for your memberships and your cash apps if I didn't say before. All right, I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. My final thought is just take it one day at a time. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me and for celebrating with me and for understanding. All right, I'm not meaning for these streams to cause you guys any, like, I hope you don't take offense to what I'm saying. I'm just speaking from my heart and sharing some experiences of some things that I've learned along the way. Okay, bye y'all. Good night.